Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I want to talk about something that I've been, not me personally, been dealing with, but I've dealt with over the past, let's say the whole time C-19 hit. And me being an EMT here in Southern California, the majority of our calls that have spiked are anxiety calls or panic attack calls or difficulty breathing calls. Everything basically associated with anxiety. And it's for being a first responder, or with my paramedic at the, we respond to these calls, and it does get kind of frustrating because it's like, oh gosh, another panic attack or another anxiety call. And I mean, the amount of calls that we've had over the course of the year and a half so far is like crazy high. Like, I've never responded to this many calls dealing with anxiety ever until the whole C-19 issue. So I don't want to say the whole thing because I know people say some of your videos get banned or taken down. So with that being said, I've responded to calls excuse me, I responded to calls dealing with anyone from like teenage little like 13-year-old girls to like 30-year-old men, and everything in between, and it's pretty much all the same. So, and I know it's not the same for everybody, and I'm not downing or saying anything negative towards anxiety. I know a lot of people deal with it, and I know there's a lot of different forms of anxiety. I think I have like a form of anxiety. I know, like, I think it's like, to me, it's like work anxiety. And there's times I'll show up on scene of a call and I'll just start sweating, and it's weird, and people look at me funny, like, are you okay? And I'm like, dude, it just stopped. Like, everyone's looking at me and stuff like that. So I think that's a form of anxiety. I know a lot of people deal with it, and then, like I said, there's different forms and different cases, and to each their own. Everyone has some. So I'm not saying some is worse than others, or whatever you guys have, your form of anxiety is not a big deal, because to a lot of people this is a big deal. So I know for me, for you guys that have family members that have anxiety, and you see them going through this, and you're trying to help them, I can give you guys some pointers on how to help them get out of their anxiety, their episode, talk them out of it. A lot of times that's exactly what it is. You're just coaching them out of this episode, and so they can be, I guess, I don't want to say feel better, but giving them reassurance that, hey, it's going to be okay. So I know first thing, a lot of times when I get on scene, when we get out, we show up on scene, we pull out the gurney, and it has a monitor and our jump bag on it, and a lot of times what I do is, first thing, if my medic's on the back of the gurney, that's where monitors at, he'll hand it to me, and I'll walk in, we'll glove up and walk in. And once we see it, a lot of times we'll see them, they're sitting down somewhere or laying down somewhere, and they're basically having a panic attack, or they're having difficulty breathing, and they're telling me, hey, I can't breathe. It's like, okay. So for those of you guys that want to help out with this, I'm gonna give you guys some pointers. When you guys show up, one thing I've learned is like command presence. Or you show up, don't panic, don't freak out, if they can see you're not freaking out, they'll know it's okay. So a lot of times I'll tell people, like, hey, it's okay, like, or a lot of times I'll reassure them, hey, if I'm not freaking out, you don't need to freak out. And the whole time I'm talking to them, try not to ask them a whole lot of questions, because if they're having difficulty breathing, they're gonna have difficulty speaking. So if you have to tell them, give me yeses or nos, nod with their head, okay? But a lot of times when they say, hey, what's going on, I'll literally just put them on a pulse ox, and I'll get their blood pressure, and we'll go from there. For those of you guys who don't have it, a lot of times you're just, like I said, you're just gonna talk to them, and 9 times out of 10, we don't transport people with anxiety that have anxiety attacks. We'll coach them out of it. And 9 times out of 10, we're not giving them any kind of medication. We're not even giving oxygen. All we're doing is basically coach them out of it. And just like I said, as weird as it sounds, some of you guys tend to say, well, that's easier said than done. Believe me, I know that. But I've seen enough of these calls, I've been on enough of these calls to know that talking people out of it and reassuring them it's going to be okay, and giving them that power over their issue or their incident, it'll make the world of difference for them. So a lot of times I'll sit there and say, hey,
VC506.
Sorry about that, guys. A lot of times what you guys are going to do is I do the rule of threes, okay? 3 seconds, you're going to take a deep breath, and they're not going to be able to take a deep breath. They're still going to gup you. They're going to start taking little breaths like that. I'm going to tell you guys right now, just try to fight it. Just do your deep breath for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to hold it for 3 seconds, okay? 1, 2, 3, and they're going to release for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and just have them keep doing it. Don't stop. Just have them keep doing it. Don't talk to them. Don't have them answer any of your questions or anything like that. Like I said, just yes or no's. A lot of times people will start grabbing when they can't breathe. It's just something that they do. But like I said, rule of threes: 3 seconds in, 3 seconds hold, 3 seconds out. Constantly keep doing that. Constantly keep reassuring them, hey, it's okay. You know, you're gonna be fine. And if you feel the need to call 911, call 911. We don't mind going out there, because a lot of times, like I said, 9 times out of 10, we're not even going to transport. Not because we don't want to, but it's because we've already coached them out of their episode, that they're just like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. So for those of you that are helping, whether it be your spouse, a loved one, a friend, if they're having an anxiety attack, go down. If they're on the ground, go to ground level with them. Don't stand over them and look at them. You know, don't, you know, just try to go to ground level. Let people know that you're right there. If you have glasses on, take off your glasses. Just let them know you're in it with them, and everything's gonna be okay. And like I said, reassuring people that they're gonna be okay, and giving them that presence, that they look at you and and you're not freaking out, it'll help them as well. Excuse me, guys. But like I said, 3 seconds in, 3 seconds hold, 3 seconds out. Constantly keep doing that until they can start breathing again. A lot of times when people have anxiety attacks, their hands start to cramp up, their legs start to feel like spaghetti or numb and limp, or whatever the case may be. They can't stand. It's only because all the oxygen in your body is being sent to your organs, right? Because your organs are like, hey, I need all the oxygen. You're not bringing enough oxygen, so whatever we have left throughout the body, I'm gonna suck it all and bring it up to right here, because you can live without arms and legs. You can't live without anything in here, right? So that's another thing associated with a lot of people are like, oh, I can't feel my hands, or my hands are cramped up, I can't walk, I can't stand, I'm dizzy, lightheaded, whatever the case may be. Another thing is sometimes people will pass out. I've seen it. Just make sure they're on the ground or on a couch or sitting down somewhere. If they pass out, don't really freak out, because a lot of times that's your body like resetting itself. It's like saying, hey, you can't figure this out, we'll figure it out for you. Boom. And that's what happens. But yeah, guys, just reassuring people. Reassuring is a big, I keep saying that, but that's a really big part of it. You have to let people know that, hey, it's gonna be okay. I'm right here, we're in this together, let's get it, you know? And if you have to joke around with them, smile with them. You know, the majority of my calls over the last year and a half, this is what we're in July 6, 2021. It's been a lot of it like this. It's a lot of people are freaked out, they're scared. They watch the news all day long, which from here on, I mean, if you guys get anything out of this video, guys, turn off your TVs. Plain and simple. Turn off your TV, go outside. Turn off your TV, read a book. Go hang out with your family. Turn off your TV. There's so much like negativity on TV that people just soak it all in, and they just get all freaked out, and they fear everything. And the same thing, you know, a lot of our calls we're getting, because there's so many symptoms of the beer flu. You know, if you threw up, that's a symptom. You cough, that's a symptom. You have a sore throat, symptom. You know, all this. There's all kinds of symptoms, and there was so many different things going on that people would watch the news and they'd see it, or they'd feel it, and right away we need to go to the hospital because we're gonna die. You know, hospital. You know, news says we're gonna die. Numbers are up. Yada yada. This and that. Whatever. So yeah, guys. Like I said, rules of three. 3 in. Hold it for 3 seconds, release for 3 seconds, and just keep doing that until you start feeling better, or until you start seeing someone feel better. And a lot of times it'll take them a while to stand up or to come to. That's one, because they're trying to put oxygen back into the body. We've had people, I've sat on scene with people for like 30-40 minutes, just, you know, helping them out, and breathing with them, and just like I said, just coaching them, because I'm repeating myself, but just reassurance, guys. Reassurance. It's loved ones. I've been on scene with like husband and wives, and the wife is freaking out, and she's having an attack, and husband's freaking out because he's like, what do I do? And I have to tell him, like, dude, hey, relax, chill out, look at me. No, I mean, not like that, because that sounds kind of rude. I'm like, hey man, you need to be strong for her, because right now she's the one's freaking out, and if she sees you freaking out, it's gonna make things worse. So anybody, and that's not just for husbands. If you're a wife and your husband has anxiety, don't freak out. Stay calm. Very worst case scenario, call 911 and let them know what's going on, and then reassure him. Stay with them, comfort them, coach them through their breathing, and that'll make the world of difference for some of these people. For some people, I think that's it, guys. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Like I said, comment below if you guys have any pointers. I mean, this is just stuff that I've dealt with firsthand, responding to people like this. So if you guys like, comment, subscribe. I don't know how they just like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. Throw some stuff in the comments, guys, and then we'll go from there. But till next time, you guys have a wonderful day. God bless every single one of you guys. Bye bye.